Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever tried to tell a friend what your boss or your teacher told you to do, and you kind of got stuck on how to say it just right? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. So today, we're going to break down one of the most useful bits of English grammar, reported commands.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a super common situation. Your teacher says, open your books. Simple enough, right? But later, if you're telling a friend what happened in class, you probably wouldn't use her exact words. So how would you say it? That's the puzzle we're going to solve right now.
And that act, of rephrasing that instruction, that has a name. We call it a reported command. So first things first, let's get a clear idea of what that actually is. Think of it as the art of passing on instructions.
Simply put, it's how we talk about what someone else told us to do, whether it was a command, a request, or just an instruction without using their exact words. You're not quoting them, you're reporting on what they said. So instead of saying, she said, sit down, you'd say something like, she told me to sit down. See the difference?
So how do we make that change? How does it work?
Well, it turns out there's a really simple and consistent formula for it. And once you've got this down, it's like a secret weapon. You'll get it right every single time.
Here it is, the magic formula. It's got three parts. First, you need a reporting verb, words like told or asked. Then comes the object, which is just the person who was told to do the thing. And finally, you add to plus the verb for the action itself. Let's see what this looks like in the wild.
Let's circle back to our teacher example. The direct speech was, open your books. Using our formula, that becomes, the teacher told us to open our books. See how that fits perfectly? We have the reporting verb told, the object us, and then to open. Easy.
Okay, now a really important part of this formula is picking the right reporting verb. The two you're going to use most often are tell and ask. And believe it or not, the one you choose can totally change the vibe of the sentence.
So what's the difference? It's all about the tone. You use tell for strong commands, or just straightforward instructions. Sit down becomes, he told me to sit down. But if it's more of a polite request, especially if you hear the word please, then you'll want to use ask. Please help me becomes, she asked me to help her. Choosing that right verb adds a whole layer of important context.
All right, so that's how to report what people tell you to do. But what about when they tell you what not to do? Let's take a look at those negative commands.
The great news is the formula is almost exactly the same. It's so simple. All you have to do is slide the word not in there right before to. That's it. The rest of the structure stays the same.
So if the teacher says, don't talk, it becomes, the teacher told us not to talk. Or if someone says, don't open the door, you'd report it as, he told me not to open the door. See? It's the same simple pattern every single time. Okay, you've got the theory down. Now it's time to actually put this into action. Let's do a quick practice round to put your new skills to the test. You ready?
First up, the teacher said, stand up. How would you report that one? Think about the verb. Is this a strong command or a polite request? Okay, what about this one? She said, please call me. Did you catch that little magic word in there? What reporting verb does please make you think of?
Now for a negative command. He said, don't touch that. Remember that one extra word you have to add and think about where it goes in the sentence.
Here's one you've probably heard a million times. Your mother said, clean your room. That's a classic instruction, right? So how would you report it?
And for our last one, a bit of good advice. The doctor said, don't eat junk food. This is our final negative command. Got your answer? Okay, let's see how you did.
All right, here are the answers. So how did you do? Let's run through them real quick. For numbers 1 and 4, told is the best fit because those are direct instructions. For number 2, that word please was our big clue to use asked. And for 3 and 5, they were negative, so we needed that not to structure. Great job.
Excellent work. Before we wrap up, let's just boil everything we've talked about down to 3 simple key rules. If you can remember these 3 things, you have totally mastered this.
It honestly just comes down to this. Rule number 1, use tell when it's an order or a direct instruction. Rule 2, use ask when it's a polite request. And rule 3, if it's a negative command, just pop in not to. That's it. That's the whole game. So you've got the tools now. You can report pretty much any command that comes your way. Here's a little challenge for you. Think back on your day so far. What's one command or request someone made? Try to report it right now, using the rules we just covered. Seriously, the best way to make it stick is to use it. Thanks for tuning in.